Hi. Sorry I haven't done any videos. I've been on vacation and I've been camping, so I wasn't going to do that out there. It was windy and wet and cold, and we had a good time though. We came home early because it was fucked up on the last day, on the day before the last day, so that was a mess. But anyway, tonight I am making baked chicken, rice, white rice, and green beans. And I'm also going to make a Alfredo sauce to put on my chicken and rice. So I thought I would go, I don't know why I keep going, anyway. So right now I'm melting the butter and the garlic in a saucepan. I did not show you guys how to bake chicken because I'm sure you know how, but I have to show you this. My sister sent me some spices from Hawaii, so I put this on my chicken, put it in a pan, put a little bit of water in it so it didn't dry out, and that's the chicken. Okay, bake it at 375. I have it in for about 30 minutes. Check it. They're kind of big breasts, so they might take a little longer. But right now, I'm just melting butter and garlic in a saucepan. I usually make a big batch of this, so I hope this works because I've never really toned it down to a smaller batch, but we'll see. So now I'm going to put in some heavy cream, probably about half of this little container, half of this little guy. We're going to heat that up slowly. We don't want it to burn. So we're just gonna warm it up enough so it gets hot so I can put in some Parmesan cheese and some Romano cheese. Stirring. And then I got my green beans not going yet. I should start them. Let me turn them on. Okay, here we go. So a little bit of olive oil, fresh green beans, and then again, a different flavor seasoning that I got from my sister in Hawaii. You can season them however you want, but these are so good. I don't know how to say this. I think it's Pele's Fire Hawaiian. Seasoning salt. Isn't that cute? I know. And the chicken one was actually organic Aloha Luau barbecue seasoning. So we'll see how the flavors mesh, but I tasted all of them. She got me a bunch. Got me, oh, you keep sliding. Oh, that was loud. She got me black lava salt, Aloha red Hawaiian sea salt. God dang it. The freaking hell. And guava lime smoked Hawaiian seasoned salt. I'm not using all these tonight because that would be like a flavor explosion in your mouth. Like a whole bunch of stuff going on in there. That's not okay. So we're stirring and stirring. I turn the green beans on. Basically, oh, there's my chicken. Sauteing them in a little bit of olive oil. They're fresh green beans. Don't do this with canned because you'll just have a mushy mess. I put that seasoning and a little bit of chicken bouillon powder in there to give it a little bit more flavor. And we'll see how that turns out. So I'm just gonna pause you guys for a minute while my heavy cream warms up enough to add the cheese and stuff, and I'll be back. Okay, and an FYI right now, this is not low calorie, this Alfredo sauce. This is not. I just won't eat a ton of it, but it's so freaking good. So my cream is a little bit bubbly on the sides, so I think that's warm. So normally when I make this, I would have used the whole thing of cream, and then a whole thing of this, and a whole thing of this. But I'm using a half, and I'm going to put it in there. If you add it all at once, like both cheeses, it's really not going to melt well, and especially if your cream isn't really. Oh, fuck! I spilled. Oh. Not one time have I not made a freaking mess doing this cooking thing. Okay. We are, oh look, I got water on my boobs. So we're melting the Parmesan cheese, the first set of Parmesan cheese in here. make sure it's completely melted before you put the other cheese in there. Otherwise, it's kind of going to be chunky and it's not going to be the best because I've done that before. Oh, and don't mind this mess because I'm on vacation. It's my last day. Going back to work. Been door dashing for 4 days. Hey, every day I'm hustling. So this looks pretty melted. Almost. It's a little chunky still, so we'll keep stirring. We'll turn the heat up just a little since I'm here stirring it. Stir, stir, stir. Okay. So I've never put shaved Parmesan in here. I don't know how it's going to melt, but it's pretty thin, so my Auntie Julie gave me this one. Normally I just use the shredded, so we'll see how the shaved works. I'm going to put about a little bit more than half of that container in there. See how this melts up. Now you'll know if you need to add more cheese or not, or garlic, because once it gets melted, you want it, to get smooth, and you'll taste it and see what you need to add. Sometimes I'll add pepper to it, more garlic. It really just depends on your likes. My family loves garlic, so sometimes I make it a little more garlicky, and it will thicken up as it sits. Too. Also, if you need to thicken it up, this Parmesan will thicken it up. I don't know why. Maybe because it's powder. I don't know. It just does. So I'm gonna taste this, and I hope I don't burn my face off because it's really gonna be hot. Oh my god, it's already so good. But I think I need to add some pepper. So I didn't mess it up. I just used a little bit less. Not really measuring. Sorry, but like I said, it's a half a container. If you only have like a couple people. If you're feeding a big family, use a whole container, and a whole container, and a whole container of the heavy cream. And when you make a bigger batch, I think you need like, I don't know, 2 sticks of butter, but you don't honestly need that much butter because that's the fattiest part, that and the cream. Well, it's all pretty fatty. Don't let me fool you. But now that it looks like it's not quite, I'm going to turn it down because it's bubbling a little too much. And we're going to let it simmer for a few. Check the chicken and the green beans, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just checked my chicken. I'm going to let them cook for another 10 minutes, but I took them out and I drained all the juice out of them now, because they were almost like boiling in there. Anyway, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to toot my own horn. Toot toot! This Alfredo sauce is the bomb. I did add the grated Parmesan from like spaghetti because it was a little thin since I didn't measure. But here, this is what it looks like now. Look at that. So good. So easy. You have people over or whatever, do a chicken Alfredo because so fast, so easy. They're gonna think, ooh. Sorry I dropped you. And then it turned off. I don't know what I said last, but make this dish for people, company, yourself, whatever, because freaking delicious. Anyway, like I said, super easy. They're gonna think you are a chef. And the green beans are done. I like mine a little hard. Anyway, see? We're just gonna cover them and let them sit here and stay warm. We turned them off, the sauce is off, the rice is done. 10 more minutes on the chicken and I'll show you the plate. Okay, so I plated it and ta-da! So I'm going with 6 points for the rice, 1 point for the green beans because I used olive oil. The chicken is 0 points. I really only used a couple tablespoons of sauce, so maybe three points. So that's 9, 10 points.